The world of Pokemon Brick Bond speedruns are small, like very small, to the point where the only run I found was from this guy, Yurality, and while having a very cool name, I despise him. Why? Because he says he got the Pokemon Brick Bronze world record at the time of 10 hours to beat all late gyms, and this is just unacceptable. I mean, I played Pokemon Brick Bronze all the way in 2017 and I think I could do better and get the real Pokemon Brick Bronze world record. Okay, before even starting my run, we need a game plan, because while I have extensive Pokemon Brick Bronze knowledge, I have never speedrun the game. And that's when I realized there's literally no information about Pokemon Brick Bronze speedruns, no tutorials, no strategies. I had to literally go into this blind. So instead, I watched the entire run of my nemesis, Yurality. Yes, all 4 hours of video he posted. And after watching it, I learnt I was freaking cooked, bro. This guy got to Amphion City in only 4 hours. That's actually pretty impressive. How the hell am I gonna get the world record? Okay, time to start my speedrun. I got the little clock thing in the corner and everything. And why the hell is the opening cutscene taking 20 seconds, okay? I do not have time for this. Yeah, I might have been a little stressed, but it's time to choose our starter Pokemon. Here I pick Mudkip. I mean, he's good against the first 2 gyms, so it's kind of a no-brainer. But after finishing Route 1, we get some terrible news about our parents. Yeah, who the F cares? I'm trying to speedrun over here. So we quickly get to Chesma Town. I was really hoping we could find a fletchling here, but we didn't run into one naturally. And I really wanted to avoid staying in one spot too much, so no fire or flying type for me. Hopefully that doesn't bite me in the cheeks later though. At Chesma Town, we get a little 30-second stop to get some stick bucks. After forcing my little Mudkip to inhale all of the coffee, we get to Gale Forest and get to level 9, where we already get insane coverage with Mud Slap, Rock Smash, Rock Throw and Water Gun, so that's great to see. With that coverage, we beat Linda quite quickly, getting to Route 3 pretty flawlessly so far. Here at Route 3, we managed to get a Shinx naturally, which is amazing, as when looking for Pokemon for our team, I'm only looking for 3 things. 1. We find the Pokemon naturally, meaning we don't have to go out of our way to look for it. Yeah, this is gonna be a proper speedrun. 2. We can get early. This is to avoid late game level grinding, since that's the biggest waste of time. And number 3, it needs a high base stat total, like Luxray has 523, which is quite good. Anyway, we name our little Shinx. Okay, I was stressed. We don't have time to think for names. So with that, we were ready to verse the gym already. And even without grinding Mudkip into Marshtomp, it goes absolutely great. Basically, we use Mud Slap to lower accuracy, then just spam water guns, beating the gym in 23 minutes and 54 seconds, a full 10 minutes faster than Yurality. This was going to be easy, right? With the Arc badge, I do an epic unstuck time save and get out the gym so fast it breaks the game. Nice. I use the time I saved to head to the Eevee guy's house, but that's when I realized I'm not part of the damn group, so I can't get Eevee. We didn't have time to waste, so with 8 repels I go to Route 4 with no Eevee. But here, we have to cut a tree. But Mudkip and Shinx can't learn cut. This was bad. I had to quickly catch a cut user. I mean, normally in all my other runs, my starter can just learn cut. First I catch an electric. I mean, he looks like he could cut some things, but nope. Oh boy, we do not have time for this. Then a rare Abra shows up, and I'm not turning that down, So I use my quick ball and he can't learn cut either. Puchiana? Nope. Marip? Nope. And honestly, I thought about ending the run here, just restarting. But I couldn't give up on my first speedrun ever. I have to show Yurality who's boss over here. So finally I found the Pachirisu, and by some grace of RNG, my last Pokeball catches it and it can learn cut. But now, we were actually behind Yurality, meaning still getting this world record was going to be extra hard. Despite that though, we press onward to Route 5, where we unlock Run, which will drastically help a speed run. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Anyway, the start of Route 5 was rocky. We ended up fainting after some ugly ass fighting dude crit me twice. But we came back stronger, and actually after being that fighting dude, we evolved Mudkip into Marshtomp, which has way higher stats. So let's just say we're not going to be fainting anymore. I mean, my boy Marshtomp allowed us to cook through Jake, Route 5 and the volcano with absolute ease, beating the Groudon encounter in 1 hour and 5 minutes, shaving 4 minutes off the world record. We're back in the game, baby. Plus we were able to evolve both Abra and Shinx in the process, and I think these guys are going to be permanent team members. So with my Kadabra, I decided it was okay to evolve it in the trade resort, as it's not like I'm trading for a Quasar or something. I'm trading for my own Pokemon back. And if you have a problem with that, well... Oh, wait, how did that get there?
Oops.
With the clock ticking, my friend, who may or may not be just an alt account, because I have no friends and I'm lonely. Please friend me, guys, please. I have yeah, like his Anyway, with my new and improved team, it was time to face the second gym, and it went basically flawlessly. We were able to learn Whirlpulse in the volcano, and it absolutely cooked everything in the gym. But this one gym trainer had the nerve to say,
"You're moving awfully fast. This isn't a race, you know."
"You don't understand what I'm going through, buddy." But he was right, because I was now destroying the world record by a full 9 minutes. Hell yeah, Yurality, you're going down. Anyway, my main goal right now is to train up Luxio into Luxray, as he will be our main Pokemon for the next 2 gyms. And with that set, we finished Route 8, where we picked up a Miracle Seed, just in case, before getting to Laguna Lake. Here, I failed miserably trying to get Big Break, because I don't have a hoverboard yet, so instead I just picked up the Mystic Water and the Old Rod. I used the Old Rod to catch Magikarp, which might seem like a waste of time, but finding common Pokemon with high base stat totals is hard, and Gyarados is really good, especially when he gets Dragon Dance in the end game. So we were able to kick out another useless team member before heading to Route 9. Yes, Route 9, which has a lot of good Pokemon. So I managed to pick up an Oddish to complete our team. Yeah, I know these typings aren't great. We have 2 water types, and a grass type, and an electric type. But we didn't have time to waste looking for team members. I mean, Yurality was basically right on our tail. So I moved on to the Jake fights, which after being the first trainer, I actually was able to skip all the rest with a little head trick I learnt. But anyway, now I was feeling good. Before our team was mixed up, but now we were set. And I felt for the first time this run, we might actually be able to get the world record. So I tackled Team Eclipse straight away, and it went great. Luxio was cooking, and we even managed to evolve him and Oddish. But that's when I saw something crazy. Grass! More specifically, a grass type. With no fire or flying types, grass was my one weakness, and it left me with only my Gloom and Magikarp, my two brand new team members versus the Team Eclipse boss. If we lost this battle, it would be a significant time loss. So I locked the hell in. Magikarp was utterly useless since he was level 19, so Gloom had to cook with his Giga Drains. But I had an Arbok and Sorok to face, and the problem is I only had 10 PP of Giga Drains. But Arbok kept freaking spitting on me, and I kept draining that crap in. Luckily though, we took it out, but we only had 3 Giga Drains left versus the final Pokemon, Sorok. 1 hit, 2 hit, and with that, somehow, we managed to achieve the greatest comeback of all year. Sorok used then headbutt one-shotting my Gloom and Magikarp right before dying. Nice. This was a massive time loss, but one thing I've learned through this challenge so far
is to never give up.
Yeah, I know that sounds cringy as hell, but it did work, cause I came back and beat his ass up, evolving my Gyarados. Hell yeah. Now I was ready to face the gym leader, and luckily, through my many years of playing Pokemon Brick Bronze, I had memorized the puzzles, meaning we got to the gym leader pretty fast. And this gym leader went down easily. I mean, with Luxio evolving into Luxray and Oddish into Gloom, I knew we could easily handle this gym. And we were still able to keep our 20-minute lead on Yurality. We just had to keep this up. Now we move on to Route 9, where Marshall cooks, air fries and steams Tess and Jake, and even better, evolves into Swampert. With the new and improved Swampert stats, getting to Amphion City was super easy. And we also caught a Spearow on the way to teach Fly. Yeah, I'm not making that cut mistake again. At Amphion City, we had to spam through so much NPC yap, it started making my fingers hurt. Like I'm trying to speedrun here, not listen to a 20-page essay. But eventually, we picked up the hoverboard, and you guys don't understand how much getting the hoverboard changes the entire trajectory of this run. This one item changes the difference between Yurality's run and my run, because this is an any percent speedrun, meaning we can skip over any trainer we want, lowering our XP to a laughably low amount, but saving up to hours of time. So now, it's not going to be about going fast, it's going to be about
surviving.
Anyway, for now it's time to face the gym, which was pretty good because all ninja style, I was able to avoid 2 trainers in there, letting us get to the main attraction, Stefan's bold ass hair, I mean the gym leader. But Stefan's bold head is pretty nice, let's be honest. The gym leader was pretty hard, but since Swampert had Rock Slide and my Luxray was still at an acceptable level, we managed to barely pull through, beating it at around 3 hours and 28 minutes, while Yurality did that at 4 hours and 6 minutes. Ha, that world record is mine. After healing, it was time to go to the sewers, which was painfully slow, as I still don't have a fire type, meaning no consistent counter to steel types. I'm starting to think running a few extra minutes for Talonflame in Route 1 might have been a good idea. Anyway, we get to the professor, and the fight was unbelievable. Not in a good way. First, Absol came up of course, meaning we finally got the upgrade from this useless ass Martiana. But then Absol, no joke, missed Mega Horn 4 times in a row. That grab is not 85% accuracy. But then Samurott, this freaking spike-headed idiot looking like a freaking spike ass. Anyway, this guy kept using Dig, which was wasting my precious time. Eventually, we were left with just my weakened Gyarados and his last Pokemon, Delaphox, which had set up 2 Calm Minds, meaning it would one-shot anything I set out. So, I needed a fast Pokemon. So, I chose Alakazam, and he didn't disappoint, outspeeding and not taking out the red HP Delafox. Damn it, what is with these absurdly close wins? So yeah, we had to redo the fight, which was way easier the second time. So yeah, a little 5-minute loss there, but we still have kept our 30-minute lead. Anyway, we take out this random Roblox character Terrorist, and then I teach our new Absol, Swords Dance, which you'll see why later. But for now, we flew my fat ass on this little Spearow. I mean, I don't know how this guy's carrying me, but we managed to get to Route 11, where we skipped all the trainers and got to Arida City in no time. All we had to do here was the Arida Ruins, which was super easy with Absol, and we're ready to face the gym. The gym trainers were kind of typists against water though. I mean, I was coming into this thinking Swampert could cook them all, but then they had other water types and electric types. I mean, is water even good against this gym? Luckily, the gym leader was another story. So with Swampert, we managed to get it done after a lucky burn on Mega Garchomp. This allowed us to take home the win at 4 hours and 41 minutes, almost a full 40 minutes above Yurality. However, with more trainers to skip, it's only going to get harder from here. But this does mean we can cook through Route 12 with great pace and get to Route 13. Unfortunately though, we forgot to buy repels, which was super painful and a big time loss. I mean bro, even while floating in the air, I was encountering Pokemon. Yeah, I'm kinda getting even more stressed. But we managed to get to the gym, and I basically hadn't leveled at all from the previous one. So I started to think, what if instead of just skipping trainers, we skip a whole gym? Well, it was worth a try. Time to verse the gym, I guess. Despite not having a fire or flying type, Alakazam actually stepped up as a great Pokemon to beat the trainers with, allowing us to get to Mr. Pissy. For this guy, I had a strategy I'd learned a while back. You see, Mega Absol has the ability Magic Bounce, which basically just reverses any non-attacking move. And Pissy's first Pokemon is a Leaveney, who always uses Sticky Web, a non-attacking move, until it actually hits. And with Magic Bounce, it literally will never hit, and we can just spam that Swords Dance we got before. And this Absol strategy worked perfectly, and we finished at 5 hours and 26 minutes. If I keep this lead, Yurality would get absolutely destroyed. I mean, he said himself, he thinks a sub 9 hours possible. But I'm going to show him I could do much more than that. I think with my hoverboard, I could get a sub 8 hour. Yes, beating all 8 gyms in only 8 hours. So this meant we had to start running, boy, no time to waste. And I was locked in, meaning we got through Route 14 flawlessly. Definitely didn't accidentally go into a trainer and rejoin. Anyway, we now need to verse Jake and his Glazes, which was actually really easy. I mean, Jake doesn't have any grass types, so I can counter all his Pokemon despite being low leveled. So we get to Route 15, and the trainers here were really hard to skip. So I started freaking climbing cliffs, bro. I was basically climbing Mount Everest to skip these trainers. Which means in a matter of only 10 minutes, we were already at the next city, ready to face the gym. And just as expected, the gym was super hard. I mean, I had to heal after every gym trainer. And don't get me started on the actual gym leader. I mean, we were like 20 levels below this dude, and to make it worse, I hit myself 4 times in a row. Luxray bro, you need some help. And this all meant one thing, a game plan.
Okay, we can't level grind, so I wanted to rely heavily on our highest level Pokemon, Swampert, and expect him to just cook. So we picked up Brick Break back at Laguna Lake, which means he can now counter Zeke's entire team, with an exception of his first Pokemon, Crow, which Luxray will counter.
And this worked well. I mean, believe me, we were resetting a lot, which I do still count as time of a timer, but inevitably, we managed to take Zeke out, inching a hand ever so closer to that sub 8 hour time. Anyway, now on to Route 16, where we do some amazing hoverboard tricks. I have gone the world record for this, honestly. And we get to Port Deca at 6 hours and 33 minutes. Literally almost 2 hours ahead of Yurality. Anyway, we get to Crescent Town easily. I mean, Route 17 trainers are literally asking to be skipped. Like, I don't think anyone in their right mind actually versus these guys. But what we do have to tackle is the Team Eclipse base, which was pretty easy, except for this one scientist who kept running into a wall. Like, bro, I'm gonna be honest, I think you need to check those glasses. Alright, why am I doing this speedrun? Why am I looking at this guy? So it's time for Jake, which was as easy as always. I mean, this guy is the only thing that stayed easy in this speedrun. But lucky for me, that means we're off to the outpost, where we could of course skip every trainer there and get to the professor. Honestly though, I think 50% of the speedrun is now going to be spent listening to the professor yap. Like, go back to your lab, bro, what is this spiny looking ass thing you summoned? Anyway, actually fighting the professor was much harder. Luckily though, with like 30 revives and 20 hyper potions, even our underlevel team managed to barely squeeze through, using mainly Swampert and Absol. I mean, this duo is seriously carrying us this entire run. But now, with Pupa finished, we were 7 hours and 30 minutes into our run, leaving only 30 minutes to beat the entire 8th gym and get our ultimate goal of sub 8 hours. Yes, we started this run looking at Yurality's time as the best, the thing that would be amazing to beat. But as I've gone smarter and better this run, I realize that the true person I'm versing is myself. So as we step up to the gym leader, I felt terrified. With now only 10 minutes left, this was it. If we have to reset, there was no way we could get a sub 8 hours. And this battle was going to be the high-end. Nah, this gym was piss easy. Mega Absol with 2 swords dances took out her entire team. Let's go, sub 8 hours baby, suck it world record. But yeah, subscribe please. Okay, I'm gonna go eat.